Hi class, this is Course 2, Lesson 52, Order of Operations. Okay, so you notice over here that I have this nice little chart or this graphics for you, and it says 1, 2, 3, 4, and it has the letters P, E, M or D, A or S. That's the order of operations. So order of operations just means the order that you have to do the operations, and there are rules to follow to ensure that the calculations are done in the correct order so that the answer is the right answer. Okay, so make sure you have this graphic on your paper, but you will follow these steps. The first one is always P, and that stands for parentheses, and that would be parentheses, or it might be the brackets, or it might be the braces, or it'll be a fraction bar. It's any grouping symbol. Okay, you might see it sometime or hear it sometime with a G instead of the P for grouping symbols. That's okay. It's any parenthesis or grouping symbol. Those are done first. Then the second step would be E. That would stand for exponents. And in this is also roots, and that would be like square roots. Those are done at the same time. The third thing that we're looking for is multiplication and division, and these are done. This is very important, so highlight this or remember that this is very important. In the order they appear or come in from left to right. So just like you're reading, as you get, as you're working through the steps, if it's a division problem that you see, or a division symbol before a multiplication symbol, you do the division first. It doesn't matter that the M comes first. These are together, and you do them in the order that they appear. The last steps that you will do will be addition. Oh, I have to spell that right for you. A-D-D-I-T. I got ahead of myself there. Addition and subtraction. And again, those are going to follow the same rule as multiplication and division in the order they appear from left to right. Okay, so make sure that that is either written down here, that you understand that those follow that same rule. Now, I hope you saw that this is how we're getting the words there, PEMDAS, that acronym. You probably know that better as please, excuse, my dear, and I bet you're finishing my sentence for me, Aunt Sally. Or aunt. I say aunt, you say aunt, that's okay. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So that's the order of operations, and you have to memorize this. You have to know what comes first or what you do next. Okay, so let's practice. When you get to order of operations, or any problem for that matter, you need to start copying those problems down onto your piece of paper to start. Don't try to do things in your head and simplify. Just copy the problem down on your paper, then start on your paper. Okay, and we're going to underline the operation that you should do, and then we'll do it. And this, what I'm going to show you right down here, is exactly what I want to see on your paper every single time. Okay, I don't want to see just an answer. I want to see the work. So remember, step 1, we need to look at this problem here, and are there any parentheses? And there are, so I'm going to underline it. And then we are going to write down everything else that is there, and when we get to that part we're going to simplify it, and 4 minus 1 is 3. Okay? Next step, are there any, every time you go through this, this is what you do. So go back to step 1. Are there any parentheses? No. Or grouping symbols? No. Parentheses? No. E, exponents? No. Multiplication or division? Yes. Now, what was the rule for multiplication or division? We do them from left to right. So, oh look, division comes first. That's okay. We need to do that first. So what is 6 divided by 3? That is 2 times 2 plus 3. Do you see how I'm just writing down everything that isn't underlined? That's still in the problem. Okay, then we were on step 3. So, do I have multiplication or division? I do. I have some multiplication. So what is 2 times 2? 4 plus 3. And addition or subtraction, that's all I have left, so we'll do that, and it's 7. Now do you notice how your problem ends up coming down to a point and that's your answer? That's what it should look like. That's what I want to see on your paper. Okay, let's do this problem. Now if you feel very confident that you can do this on your own, go ahead and try. Pause the video and come back to it, and let's see if you get the same answer. Okay, step 1, parentheses, there are none. Exponents, there are none. Multiplication or division? Yep, I have multiplication here and I have division here, but I do them from left to right, so I'm going to underline this and evaluate that. So what is 4 times 4? It is 16 plus the 4 divided by 4 minus 4. Again, I'm on step 3. Do I have multiplication or division? Yes, I have division. So it's 16 plus, what is 4 divided by 4? 1. And then this minus 4 was still there. Then I'm at step 4, addition or subtraction. And again, from left to right. And this time I hit addition first. So 16 plus 1 is 17 minus 4. And that's all I have left. So my answer is 13. Okay, this one is a little bit trickier. You already wrote all this down on your paper. Just write this problem down. Make sure you get it copied down correctly. You may need to pause the video because I'm going to start. So if you think you want to try it, go ahead. Otherwise, follow along with me. So we're going to start with P parentheses. And again, rewrite everything that you did not just underline. And yes, it is a lot of writing, and yes, you will be fine. This is what good math students do, is write out all of their work. 5 minus 1, 4, plus that 3 squared. Okay, do I have any more parentheses? Nope. So 2 exponents. I have an exponent right there. So 3 times 2 plus 8 minus 2 divided by 2 plus 4 plus 3 times 3, 9. Now I'm on the M or D step, multiplication or division, and I do them from left to right. So multiplication, 3 times 2 is 6 plus 8 minus 2 divided by 2 plus 4 plus 9. Still on multiplication or division, right there. So 6 plus 8 minus, and be careful because what you've underlined is this whole thing here, so you don't have a 2 to write down. It's just 2 divided by 2 is 1, plus 4 plus 9. Now we go addition or subtraction from left to right. So it's 6 plus 8 is 14. 14 minus 1, 13, plus 4 plus 9. 13 plus 4 is 17, plus 9 would be 26. There you go. Okay, a fraction bar, so we have this problem 10 plus 2 times 4 divided by 3. A fraction bar, you treat it like a parentheses. You have to simplify the numerator. Simplify and simplify, then divide. Okay, so you're going to simplify the numerator if you can, simplify the denominator if you can, then you divide them. So the biggest problem that I see with when students work on these problems is that they remember that they have to simplify, so they write down part of the problem and then they forget that there's a divisor, or they forget there's a dividend, and then they get the problem wrong. So make sure that you're writing this whole thing down, or you don't lose track of part of the problem. Let me switch colors here. I'll go to blue. But we would do this part first because that's multiplication. So we'd have 10 plus 8, and then that's all there is left to simplify, so we'd have 18. So our simplified numerator is 18 and our denominator was 3, and 18 divided by 3 is 6. One other thing that we can do is solve problems with variables. And when we substitute values in for the variables, use parentheses. And what I mean by that is this. See how this is a times b? And I want you to do this. A times b plus, there's an a, put parentheses, divided by 2. Now, substitute wherever there was an a, put an 8. And wherever there was a b, put a 3. And then simplify. And the reason that you want to use parentheses is as we get into more difficult problems where there's negative numbers, it's really easy to lose track of where those negatives are and make mistakes. So if we just get into the habit of writing parentheses, then when we get to the harder problems, they won't be quite as difficult. Okay, so now we have multiplication, addition, and division. So if you can remember our order of operations, we do multiplication and division before we do addition. And we do them from left to right. So whatever this is, we would do first. So 8 times 3 is 24, plus 8 divided by 2. So 24 plus, we have to do this division. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 24 plus 4 is 28. Okay, hopefully you're still with me and you see this challenge problem. It is worth 5 bonus points. Copy this down on a sheet of paper. It can be a scratch sheet of paper. Make sure your name's on it and hand it in for credit. Follow the order of operations, and I'll be interested to see what you end up with. Okay, so order of operations is fairly simple. There's just a definite set of steps that you have to follow in order to get the correct answer every time. Remember PEMDAS, or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay, and with that, I will see you in class.